Look,
He a
Frank
pro man.
Gore is
I don't
trash
think
anyway,
you
though.
understand how hard that is to win that award.
I don't think
But
how hard it is that you just got somebody. Oh, we can use him for publicity. Yup, sure can.
Don't get me wrong.
I
I'm
mean,
not saying
but
I'm not going to say
that
that it
guy,
wasn't.
Are you so basically? What are you saying? Teams he shouldn't have deserved the look.
Fuck
Come
no.
on, man.
What did he? What did he
on
do?
these topics.
How many?
You know,
How many SEC defensive players a year flame out and don't even make a fucking team in the NFL?
That's not
How
what
many?
I'm talking about.
How many?
he
doesn't
did,
deserve the look,
but he
though.
made
Sam might have
the
been a little
team.
crazy.
deserved
though.
He did. He was garbage. That
I'm
motherfucker
not-
had
I'm not-
zero
I'm not
tackles.
debating garbage. I'm
That's
just
not
saying
true.
I
That's
think
not
he was a
true.
little
That's not
touch in the
true.
That
head.
motherfucker was garbage. That motherfucker was
That's not
garbage.
true. He was not garbage, man. He was not
Bruh,
garbage. Matter of
He
fact,
should have
had-
played.
Hey,
He had the
okay.
right. He should have played with them white balls instead of trying to come and play real sports.
bro,
'Cause that
he
shit
had
one. That ain't for him.
he had
All
10
right, Aaron.
sacks. He
all
had
right, we
10
doing
sacks. bro.
countdown yet?
Oh, we on, baby.
Oh, we
We
on.
on,
Okay.
yeah.
Like,
I didn't get a countdown.
We on. Y'all know how we do it at Real Uncut
said 3, 2,
Sports
1.
Talk. Everybody, welcome to the Real Uncut Sports Talk.
I didn't see a countdown. That's
We was
just
in here
just
talking about Michael
shenanigans.
Sam, but we gonna jump right into the show. Vanessa, what you got for us?
Okay, well, since I got surprised with everybody else,
That's just
today we're going to be discussing Tiger's accident, whether he should hang it up or not. I know some people have some strong opinions
I
about
gotta
that.
talk about that.
damn
I'm
Tiger.
ready.
The
Man,
likes
come
and
on, man.
dislikes about the college transfer portal. I guess the
definitely
Canelo
give
fight.
a
If he
fuck about
fight this weekend, I guess the Canelo
Yes.
fight.
And he
Well,
was-
I wouldn't
then
really-
Aaron's gonna
I
give
wouldn't
us
really
an
call it-
unpopular opinion.
Yeah, it wasn't a fight.
I wouldn't really call it a fight, but
I was
He
just
beat up-
someone
he beat up
standing
some
there
dude.
getting their ass
He beat up some dude.
beat. Right.
yeah, I wouldn't really call it a fight.
Look,
But I mean,
oh, look, Mitch Green still fighting?
I mean, they got paid, so I guess.
As long as he got his check, right?
I
Cut the
mean,
check.
his check probably covered his medical bills, but hey, whatever.
Yeah,
Okay, so I
so,
guess Adrian has had the strongest words about Tiger, so I think I'm gonna hand off to him.
Oh yeah, let's talk about it. Look, before Tiger had it wrecked, I already had some questions about Tiger.
Say the right
Then he
thing.
went and ran out the road. So, first of all, I ain't wishing the man no ill will, nothing like that right there. I mean, I'm not a Tiger Woods fan or a zealot, if you will, but he's an interesting character. Got a lot of layers to him. This accident that he had, when you look at the injuries that he sustained, you got a rod in the leg, you had a busted, shattered ankle, 2 broken legs, basically. You got to ask yourself, knowing that he was coming off of his 5th back surgery before the accident, can he come back? A lot of people saying he need to hang it up. I'm in that mindset. I mean, I'm like, at this point, what you gonna do?
How much
What
more
can
a
you
body
do?
take?
Huh?
I'm just thinking, how much more can a body take?
I mean, because that swing, the thing that made him famous and the thing that won him those tournaments, it was slowly tore him up and broke him down. Because he's what I mean.
true.
Being
I mean,
able to
five
hit a ball
back.
500
Anybody,
yards. That's
yeah,
nuts.
yeah. And first of all, I'm not a big believer in back surgery. Anytime they open up your back, I've yet to meet anybody who came back better off after they had
Yeah.
surgery.
That's
Yeah.
true.
He's had 5. You know what I mean? He's won one major in the last 4 years. I mean, the kudos to him coming back and winning that Masters, but it ain't
Yeah,
like
that
he
was
was never gonna catch Jack at this point.
No.
And like if he comes back from this car wreck and win anything, I'll be the first to give him credit and say, "All right, bro, good job." But I think it's time to put the clubs up and move on personally.
You
That's
know,
just me.
I finally watched that documentary on HBO Max about Tiger.
Okay. I want to know what you got to say about that.
Very, very, very enlightening to me. I myself, my opinions have now changed. You know, and before I get into the whole background about Tiger, you're right about his swing. The amount of torque that he was putting on his body is unbelievable. But the one thing I will say, if you remember, after he had the accidents and after, the first car wreck he had, and then, all the
It ain't for everybody. I
and,
just want the world to know that.
but the main thing is he tailored his swing. He did. I mean, for someone to kind of, we look at athletes all the time, And we say that, hey, after you have a surgery, like y'all remember that quarterback Chad Pennington, right, from the Jets, and he had rotator cuff surgery. And whenever he come back, you know, it was like he thought he was going to be great and ended up taking him out. And then we seen, you know, other good athletes that after they took away their main strong point, they weren't quite as good. But Tiger, to me, has a keen ability, I think, to tailor his swing. Now, is he going to come back and be what he once was? No, hell no. That time is done. I agree with you with that accident and everything else. I think for his mental stability, maybe he just needs to focus on something else. Now, here's the thing, though. I know I may sound a hypocrite going on what I just said. That's all he knows.
He could be a coach.
But if you look at the documentary, I mean, man.
It's either three.
Man, the amount of stuff his father.
But the reason, you see, he really would have been okay after them back surgeries if he had took care of his back. His problem is he didn't build the muscle up in his back. So when you have back, when you have your vertebrae infused, you have to do ab workouts, your front abs, your
core.
You have to after you have that surgery, you have to work out your core, because if you don't work out your core, just like Tiger, just like Michael Irvin, that the baseball player, he was a pitcher. I can't even think of his name now. I just had him in my head. But the same reason he retired, he had to retire in '99 for the same issue. He didn't take you. When you have that surgery, you have to take care of your back. You have to build the muscle up in your core, or you ain't gonna be shit.
And you know,
pretty much.
Now I'm just curious to see, you know, mentally, what he's going to do. I don't see him quitting, because that's just not the type of person he is. And it seems to me I'm sure he has other business interests, but golf, I mean, that's all that he knows. I mean, you know.
So I'm probably the biggest Tiger fan in the group, I think.
You probably are.
Yeah, I believe so.
You might be the only one.
Yeah.
Well, I'm also probably the only one that plays golf in the out of everybody too. Is that correct?
Yep.
Y'all play golf?
No, that is not.
I got like 4 clubs. Somebody sold me. That's it.
I use them as weapons. Does that count?
I'll go to the driving range, but that's
I go to Top Golf line all the time. Man.
I used to drive the little cart at the golf course. They used to hit me with little balls and
Unless
stuff.
you count me knocking these cats up and down the hallway, no.
I go to Top Golf for other things.
See, none of that counts then. So I'm gonna say this, man. I said
I go to the driving range. I go to an actual driving range.
CJ said it don't count. It don't count.
That
CJ
don't count.
It don't count.
CJ, look, CJ got,
that don't That don't count. But anyway,
I got to follow whenever CJ finishes. I got to follow up for y'all.
I'm gonna say this, man. I know Tiger is currently second all time in major wins. I think he's tied first for PGA wins.
He is
with 82.
Got the most car wrecks.
Last time he won a major was in 2019. He won the Masters. But I think. I don't think he's going to quit. I don't think he's going to give up. I think he's going to at least make an attempt to try to play golf again. Now, albeit I don't know if that's going to, he's going to be able to play well, because, your lower body plays a big part into your swing, especially Tiger. Tiger had young Tiger, they actually came out with a rule called Tiger proofing golf courses back when Tiger was younger. Yep, that's when all these major PGA courses started adding yardage to the golf course, because Tiger was dominating the golf courses because he hit the ball too far. That's an actual official term, Tiger proofing.
I remember that.
Yeah. So
I remember that.
I don't think if he comes back and plays golf, you're gonna see a version of Tiger that can do that kind of stuff, because he's gonna be limited with the back and the legs and his ankle and all that. I mean, just like I said, the swing. Man, let that man live. Your swing has a lot to do with your lower body. Clearing your hips. Rolling. a lot of times you end up rolling over on your ankle a little bit to, when you clear your hips to get the distance on the ball and things like that. So, I when it happened, man, I was kind of sad about it. I'm not gonna front, because the first thing I thought about was, man, this is just like what happened with Kobe at the beginning of last year. And
everybody thought this.
So I'm just gonna say, as a fan, I'm just glad he's here. He made it through. And whether he plays golf again or not, that we'll see. But at least he's here for his 2 kids, and we'll see what the future, Tiger's future has in the world of golf. So that's about all I got on it, man.
He did that senior tour.
So I got a question. For you, CJ, concerning technique. Now I understand, when you're using the driver, and I get it. But how much do you think his injuries will affect his short game, his putting game?
Well, putting, no. I don't think his putting will be affected by it at all. And then short game is all about touch and finesse. So you don't necessarily need a lot of power for that. By far, the part of his game that will be impacted the most, if he were to try to play golf again, is going to be getting out of the tee box. That's always going to be the problem.
And using the wedge too as well. Not as much as the wedges, because when you're using your wedges, I mean, if he comes back and he's hitting, let's say he's hitting what we call a club short, right? Let's say he's not hitting his 7 iron as far as he used to. He can always use a 6 iron and hit it the same distance. You see what I'm saying? So he can always club up if he has to when it comes to the irons. But wedge play is finesse. You don't need a lot of power for that. And then when it comes to the wedges, you still clear your hips and stuff and all that stuff, but you don't need a lot of power for that. That's all touch and feel. So AC, what were you about to say?
So let me tell y'all. Let me say something to y'all, and I'm gonna connect a couple of dots here, because this was something I wanted to touch on.
Tiger connected dots too.
Well, so think about this. Outside of Tiger, now Harold, you watch a documentary, so this might make a little more sense to you when I kind of bring it up. But I honestly believe, man, that Tiger never recovered his mental game after that incident he had when his wife with him with the golf club. He wrecked the car.
She had a better drive than he did.
Yeah, she did. I mean, and I honestly think his mental capacity never shook back, even though his body was kind of wrecked. His mind, I don't think his mindset was there, and I think he tried to play through all that adversity, and that's why he was so busy trying to chase the records, and he never took time off to heal his body, get his mind right. And if you ask me, the last X amount of years, even lead up to this wreck, has just been a downward spiral of him trying to get back for the people and the public, but he never took care of himself. He never got his mind right.
I agree. I think from what I've seen, and again, I'm just before the pandemic, it did seem like he was in somewhat of a resurrection. Again, he won the Masters. He was taking care of his body. It seemed to me he was sober. He wasn't getting in that much ass anymore, which is also helpful to an athlete. So I mean,
he was still getting ass, just not a lot. He wasn't getting.
I said he was still
not title level.
I don't think
much ass.
He wasn't getting.
I think in Tiger's situation, he probably should have kept getting that much ass.
He wasn't Wilt Chamberlain level. He wasn't Wilt Chamberlain level ass, but he was ass getting.
Tiger, he was winning. As a god that can handle that much ass.
Let me
Wilt Chamberlain.
Let this correlation though, because let me say this though. Before Tiger went, he went rolling down the hill. The week before, we had Serena get destroyed on the court the week before at the Australian Open. And if you watched, I don't know if y'all watch tennis. The only tennis I watch is really women's tennis because of Serena. I ain't gonna lie. But
we know.
But anyway, my thing, if you watch Serena and you notice that she couldn't move around on that court, she got destroyed out of it. She had no lateral movement. I said before.
But you know what?
I said before.
That's another one though. That's another one.
Exactly. If we looking at because her lower body is her problem. you know, I really think that ankle injury she had in 2019 was worse than they told us about. And like Tiger, I don't think she took time enough to get her body right because she was still trying to chase the record. She's been chasing 24 for years. She kept losing.
I mean, you know, I guess here's I agree with everything you're saying. I guess my question to you and to everyone is this: the chasing of the records. Do every athlete feel that they have to top the other one as far as titles in order to be considered to be the GOAT?
Yes.
Yes.
Why? Yes.
People
look
at LeBron.
If you don't think like that, if I'm an owner and you don't think like that, I don't want you on my team.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're looking at legacy, and look, I get it as far as team sports, but we're talking about individual sports right now. And so the main thing is that if Serena, to me, I think Serena can safely say that she's the greatest of all time, regardless of the records. I think Tiger can say he's the greatest of all time. No one will come close to the level of golf that he played whenever he was dominating.
If you looking at impact on the sport, I agree with you. But it's gonna be naysayers who point to the record and say Jack got the record, and whoever the white woman is that got the one intended, they're gonna point to that record. Same way they did your boy Mayweather. I know y'all. I'm gonna get roasted.
First, hey, mute him.
Hear me out. Hear me out.
Nobody hearing you on no damn Mayweather. No, you could go to somebody else. Go to somebody else.
We were having
Here's my point, though.
We were just playing.
Damn that.
I don't care how y'all feel about Mayweather.
I approve those shenanigans.
I don't care how y'all feel about Mayweather.
Y'all cold blooded.
The point is that even though Mayweather is undefeated, it don't matter how you feel about the record. On paper, he's undefeated, and people will still point at other folks, and they will dismiss his record, no matter how you feel about it.
Well, when you fight people that has made a paper, you got no choice but to be undefeated. You catch everybody past their prime, you would be undefeated. Right. Shit, if I fought my kid right now, I'd beat the shit out of her.
I don't know about that.
Not offensive.
If she got a sword in her hand, you might be
not offensive. She already got me now. I'm kidding, baby. I love you, baby. If she got a sword, I'm running. But if it's hand to hand, I'm murking a little ass. That's all it is.
Like I said,
if you look at it though, if you look at the game now and how we tend to look at what we growing up, what we used to be considered the greatest of all time versus the new generation, are kind of looking at different avenues. Because look at how we compare LeBron to Mike. We will find any sort of thing to say.
I don't.
Well, I don't. But some people will find any little thing.
But that's the start of the problem.
Look who Mike played against.
But the start of the problem was always who's going to be the next Michael Jordan. The media and a lot of people on the playground moved the whole conversation to MJ and who's going to be the next MJ. MJ the GOAT. MJ ain't got the most titles. But everybody, MJ the GOAT. Why is he the GOAT? You'll get a bunch of different answers, but the media perpetrated that problem.
You just brought up a very good point, because to me, I don't think in my mind it's all about chasing titles. Because to me, if we want to look at basketball, then you must say Bill Russell. You know, but if you look at
most dominant center of all time.
No. That's one other show. Mute him.
Nah, player.
Let's mute this dude, player. I'm even saying that mess. The most dominant center of all time.
Hey.
For the record, I have not been muted yet. I just want to go on record of saying that.
That's because y'all Cowboys fans. Y'all don't know how to be quiet. That's all that shit is.
But if you want to look at different scenarios in which Tiger, in my opinion, if I'm making the case for Tiger to say that he's the greatest of all time, the Tiger Slam, being second in majors, the leads that he had. No one, I think, so far will come close to that. I know that, Jack Nicklaus is out there, but those guys play with wooden clubs, for goodness sakes. Different sort of athlete and everything else back then. It's different now. I think Tiger Can't say that. So but enough about that. We can move on to the next topic. What's next on the agenda?
Damn that cannibalistic guy, whatever his name.
College transfer portal. I guess there's been a lot of movement. I've seen some movement. Some people, I know, hell, that's how we got our quarterback, if I'm not mistaken. That's how LSU got Joey.
Yeah.
So,
what's
everybody's thought?
Sorry.
Oh, I know it hurts, boo. I know it hurts. You'll be all right. Anyway, so what are everybody's thoughts on the transfer portal? Because actually online I have seen where people don't like it. They don't like that they have I personally think it's a cool idea.
They don't like it when it goes against their team. That's the only reason they don't like it.
I like it for the players overall, because you get these kids that they get recruited high or something, but then there's a bunch of other people or they get mired behind somebody. They have the option to try to go somewhere else when they know that they're not going to get playing time.
Well, that's the way. Go ahead. See, I get after you, CJ.
You good? Okay. Well, first of all, let's let folks kind of understand what the transfer portal is, because every listener may not understand what it is. I mean, it's essentially a way for college athletes to transfer schools. Now, D1 athletes, it's mandatory for them to use the transfer portal. D2 and D3 athletes, it's not mandatory, just FYI. Mm-hmm. But I am a fan of it because I feel like it gives these young kids options. I mean, if you get recruited by a coach and then that coach leaves and he goes and coaches somewhere else, why you went there to play for that coach, so why shouldn't you have the option of leaving? I also like it because it gives these kids who are walk-ons, who all of a sudden they blow up, they become somebody. It gives them the opportunity to transfer and possibly get a scholarship from another school. That's if the school they're attending currently does not offer them one. That's what I like about it. And so let me throw a couple numbers at you guys. Y'all know I like my numbers. So and I couldn't find anything. The earliest numbers I could find were back from 2018 and 2019. So this is what I got. At the time of 302,000 student athletes competing in D1 and D2 during the 2018 and 2019 academic year, more than 15,000 entered their names into the portal. Of the 15,000, about 10,000 were trying to transfer from D1 schools, where the portal is required, as I said before. 5,000 were attempting to transfer from D2 schools, where it's optional. Of the 10,000 D1 student athletes entered in the portal, 25% were football players. About 50% of D1 football players in the portal were walk-ons who received no athletic financial aid, and they were likely seeking scholarship offers from other schools. So that right there is why I'm a big fan of it. And
that is a very good stat. I was just about to ask that question as to that 10,000. How many of them consisted? So what's the other percentages? Do you have that? 25% was football. What's the other percentages?
That's the only information I could find that where it was all together without having to do like individual research for like every specific sport.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because
I'm willing to bet though that 25 to 30% are probably basketball players.
Yeah. Let's not forget also with football.
I don't even hear about it outside of football.
Wait, what?
Let's not forget that it's just recently got to where they didn't have to sit out. It was an immediately play.
Yeah.
They used to have to sit out for a year.
Unless they were doing a graduate thing.
Yeah, unless it was graduate. But if they were going, especially if they were going from like an SEC school to SEC school, oh no, they weren't having that.
Yeah.
So you had to sit out.
I have a question.
Big 12 too. If they were transferring Big 12 schools,
because we had a guy, one of our offensive linemen, Cade Mays, last year transferred to Tennessee because he wanted to play with his brother. Before all this happened, he would have had to sit out for a year.
Yep.
And considering he was an upperclassman, he might not got that chance.
So,
and of course, all these Georgia fans, shut up.
So I got a question. If I'm playing at a certain school and I want to transfer to another school within my conference, does the coach still have a say? Like, or the transfer portal, you just go in there and someone can just snatch you? Because I thought there was some. Okay, I thought there was some kind of thing in the place that the coach could say, "Hey, well, look, I want to allow you to transfer to this school because we're playing to win the same conference."
That was before they updated everything.
Yeah, that was before. About 2 years ago.
Think about it. You had Justin Field on the Bulldogs. He in the transfer portal, went straight to Ohio State and started playing. Same thing with Joe Burrow.
Baker Mayfield
on the depth chart, Ohio State, LSU starting.
So that's what I did. I did some reading too, and it was telling me that, you know, on the portal, I guess it gives the kids the option of like listing contact information, but the higher profile kids who already have an idea where they want to go, they don't list that information because they don't want to turn it into like a recruiting thing like they did when they were in high school. So a lot of these kids, like I said, they know where they want to go, and then they enter it, and then that's where they end up at.
Yeah, one of the things I'm kind of eyeing because I'm a Clemson fan.
No one cares.
Well, hey, look, y'all can hate all you want, but I mean, they're still talking.
We will.
We plan on that.
But you know,
I don't.
I do understand for the teams that y'all root for. I get it, but I guess the question that I kind of looking at it like this is that
Fuck did you hold up?
I'm just making a muffle.
But
I thought you were trying to scratch the back of your head. Like,
but I guess here's the thing that I don't like about the portal, and I like the portal as far as its uses and everything else. What I don't like is that you can get trouble athletes who are, you know, at a university who gets in trouble, you know, and then they transfer. You know, it's just so, hey, well, look, I don't want to be in the doghouse, and so then, you know, I'm going to transfer out.
There's no way for them to know that.
Well,
they will know that.
I mean, well, that's my thing. Is that depending on the coach, you know, sometimes,
coach, though.
It's up to the coach to dig in that information.
Because I think Baker Mayfield had got in trouble at Texas A&M before he went to Oklahoma. But when he got to Oklahoma, Bob Stoops, he didn't care. He was like, "Hey, man, whatever."
And certain coaches don't care.
As long as you can get a win, they don't care what you act like.
They don't.
Look at Johnny Manziel. Perfect. Dude was a fucking idiot.
No, I'll give you another one.
I mean, from Georgia Mettenberger that had gotten in trouble for grabbing somebody's ass. And I was like, and you brought him to Baton Rouge.
He got in trouble for
more
Well, I mean, was the ass fat?
They classified it as in
Wait,
so I don't know. Tell me.
Was it fat or did he grab a lower back? Because there's a difference.
Shout out to the Big Good movement. I got nothing to do with this.
He didn't go to jail. It was a lower back.
He wasn't grabbing on that billionaire's wife, was he? Because he would have been him. That's like Laura's spinal column. Because you know she's shaped like an open wrench.
Well, look,
what, man?
I'm all in favor.
I'm sorry.
I'm in favor of the transfer portal, and mainly because you know what, it gives some of these players an opportunity. I mean, look, the NCAA making billions of dollars off of these kids' backs anyway.
No question.
So I mean, if you could transfer to a better opportunity, because see, I used to be one of them cats who was against the one and done thing in college with the basketball.
Oh well, I'm still against that.
I'm still against that.
I am against that.
I mean, hold on, I was, but the way some of these cats have got injured, like that boy, what the name was, Nerlens Noel, a couple years back, when the bone popped out on TV.
All right, well, exactly. Ask the question again, Vanessa.
What is he doing now? If he'd have went back to Kentucky and actually played more than 4 games, he might have actually ended up a little bit better than what he was. He didn't have.
See,
right. He had no experience. He was a freshman. He played 4 games.
I got something to say.
The problem don't start at the college level though. You can go back to AAU with all of that stuff. I mean, these kids, it's the same theory though. If the kid can play,
anybody
we don't do nothing.
It shocked the shit out of me that he was drafted.
I got a question then.
Wait, the big problem about what that one and done is it's like Big John Stud said. You got these kids in the AAU getting hyped. They're getting in this, they're getting all this in their head from everybody. Yeah, you can do this, you can do that. And they're like, well, I can't go straight out of high school no more. I need to let me go do my 1 year. When some of these dudes, yeah, you might be nice in high school, but you're not pro ready yet. You need to learn more of the game than just your athleticism, because that's all you're relying on right now. So yeah, they need to do more than 1 year in college.
But more importantly, their body is not pro ready. That's why the whole NBA. That's why the whole NBA is injured. That's why we never get.
I think that's 90%.
That's why they.
That's why. Yeah.
That's why they flop. That's why they flop so much.
That's why we never get to see true talent in the NBA these days, because these kids be like, "Oh, I'm one and done. I'm one and done," which is cool.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
But your body not ready. So 2 years in, you got an ankle injury. Now you dealing with an ankle injury for the rest of your career.
And now you got some of these kids wondering why it's taking them, signing their full contract to get into the NBA mindset, because you ain't ready for this.
But I think it's more so from the maturity standpoint too. That's what I say, from the maturity standpoint.
Injury.
That's why I'm a fan of the G League. I'm like, some of these cats, you need to go and develop. I mean, the problem with the whole NBA system and the NCAA system is money. I mean, and you got coaches like Calipari, who everybody know. If you come to Kentucky, you go wherever Calipari at, he will get you to the NBA.
But you know what? Kobe said it best. If you look at the ground platform from where these kids start is AAU, and AAU is a very tarnished product now. If you look at how the AAU is built, practically the exact same thing is happening in the NBA. From AAU to college to the NBA. That's why the game, I think, is weak along the line with his flopping ass. I mean, that's what I would say. That's the reason why the game is where it's at right now. That's just my opinion.
All you got is and-one ball in the NBA right now.
It's not even and-one. It's not even and-one ball.
It's not what I remember.
So I know somebody mentioned earlier about kids and ones getting in trouble and stuff, but and them being able to transfer. Well, I would say this, that that does happen. These some of these kids get in trouble and then they transfer out for whatever reason. But these coaches know that. Like, there's a kid right now that's transferring from Alabama. He's a linebacker. His name is Iyabi Anoma. He transferred from Houston. No, he transferred from Alabama to Houston. Now he's back in the portal again, and they're saying that he was dismissed both times from both schools, and they're saying it was because they said it was because he was skipping classes, and then he was like having issues with teammates and coaches in both locations. So these coaches know all this stuff before they go and they pick one of these kids up and offer them a scholarship.
Well, there's certain coaches,
Alabama and Houston, and hope that you're gonna play anywhere, but who gives a damn state?
But there's certain coaches who feel, and I think I like Dabo, as but I think this is one of Dabo's bad qualities, is that sometimes he thinks that he can come in there and he can change a whole kid's mindset to be like, hey, one for the team, and that some of these guys want to come in and make money just like anyone else.
Dabo's a clown.
But hey, wait a minute. I'm not gonna sit here and let you insult Dabo's for me like that.
Stand up then. Stand up in the corner.
Go stand next to your lotion if you want to not sit down.
All Dabo do is get on TV and preach. I want to hear that shit. Coach your team, get out, man. All you want to do is preach.
Hey, say it with your chest, man. Say it with your chest.
All he do is say that Captain Obvious. Yeah, when we came out here tonight
and played this nighttime. AC just put his nuts straight in my face with that line. But man,
hey, don't ever say that again, because I thought back to that you and that picture with that dog. Don't do that no more.
And he got the lotion behind him.
Oh my God.
Shout out to Vaseline. Shout out to Vaseline.
Just stop. Technical foul on everybody.
But what I was about to say is this: if you look at, y'all remember Jim Kelly's nephew that played at Clemson. He ended up going to Ole Miss.
Oh, the
Yeah, Chad Kelly. I think he was even Mr. Irrelevant in the draft. He was the last player chosen. And he was
on Last Chance U.
Yeah, I mean, to me, he was having a hard time discipline-wise. There at Clemson, went to Ole Miss. That's when Ole Miss was still shady. And he ended up.
What you mean still?
What you
mean still?
I mean, Hugo Freeze or whoever was.
We talking about the entire college. We're just not talking about the football program.
All right. Well, anyway, now they have another disciplinary issue with their. A matter of fact, we got a cornerback who was slated to be a first-round pick, Darion Kendrick.
Well, you had it right.
You had it right the first.
All right. Anyway, but what I'm saying is that you have these kids who cannot fit in a certain disciplinary system, and then they feel like they can just go up and go elsewhere. So my challenge to you guys is this: have we seen any player, and I know we're going to talk about Mr. Morrow, but I'm not talking about him yet because he only had one season, but that has multiple transfers and actually came out pretty good, because we've seen quarterbacks now who transfer in the transfer portal 3 or 4 times. And after a while, you have to be like, all right, look, is this bad luck or is there something wrong with the kid? That's what that's my question. So
nobody wants to really peel back the layers of the NCAA and its processes, because if you do, you're gonna find a whole lot of problems underneath there. And we all know it's money. We know money changes hands.
It's all about the money.
Oh yeah, no question.
The worst thing that ever happened to sports is when the checks got involved, and
when
you
Vegas
can't have
got involved.
Vegas
got involved.
Well, yeah,
that's what
Let's just be real.
Well, shout out to Vegas though. I don't need nobody coming after me.
Shout out. But at the end of the day, though,
sound like you got some incompleted comps, man. That doesn't sound like
got no incompleted comps. I'm just saying. I'm for all the smoke. I just ain't looking for it.
Look, like you think about it, these top 10,
you closer than I am. I can talk more.
Programs, all of these top programs, it's dirty money, there's dirty hands in there.
Especially Alabama, no question about that. Alabama and LSU's, I mean, man, some of the dirtiest programs in the nation.
Wait a minute.
You just keep keying in on Alabama. I see that right there.
I mean, man.
That's the bane of his existence right now.
I mean, Clemson. I remember when Clemson was trash, and then all of a sudden, Dabo got how many millions he make? Now
let's talk about it. Let's talk about it, Harold. We ain't built no program the old-fashioned way.
You don't. You do not build a winning program overnight, dude. Stop that. Stop what you're talking about.
It was not overnight. What are y'all talking about?
Nobody comes on purpose to play for a guy who calls himself Dabo.
Dabo. You think it was overnight?
Dabo. It's just like Booger McFarland. Again, you call yourself Dabo.
First of all, that's a grown-ass man. Grown-ass men should not call themselves Booger.
I don't understand Booger McFarland.
Hey man, bring it back in. Bring it back.
I'm sorry. I just can't stand it. Y'all think I don't like Tiger? I can't stand Booger. Big ball, fake Eminem, good looking ass.
He look like a booger. He look like a booger, which makes it worse.
He looked like a HUD. He looked like a half-sucked milk dud. That's what he looked like.
You know what kills me? He states the obvious. He could be raining in this game. He's like, "Hey, look, everyone is raining." I'm like,
"No,
right, yeah."
Remember the game? He was like, "You know how they could win? They got to score more points than another team." I was like.
Right here, they gotta kick the field goal to get the extra point. I'm like,
all right, bro.
If they kick the field goal,
and then they wonder why they put his ass on that little truck by himself that rolled around on the sideline. I'm sorry. Hey, y'all get back to the program. Y'all acting up.
Shout out to CBS for hiring Booger McFarland.
Giving us quality comedy content. That's what they're doing.
Man, we could talk about him for a whole show. Oh my God.
All right, so it sounds like we're all in favor of the transfer portal. Is that correct?
I'm with it.
I'm with it.
All right, cool. So let's go on to the next topic, Vanessa. What's next?
Oh, we got the NBA.
Well,
no, it's Canelo.
Oh, is it Canelo? Oh yeah, it's Canelo. Oh yeah, oh yeah. How I forget about Canelo? I'm sorry,
because
Canelo.
Don't nobody watch boxing.
Don't nobody watch Canelo. I owe you an apology, Canelo, because I forgot about you.
Because
you beat the hell out of that dude. I don't know what he thought. What? I don't know what he thought he was doing when he came. I don't even remember the dude's name. That's how bad he got beat up.
I gotta give a shout out to our moderator for having technical difficulties. See you there for Nessa had a stroke. And for all y'all listening, her screen.
I bet that dog bit her ankles. I bet it did. All they heard. She probably running around the house right now with a belt trying to catch it. Ooh, she gonna watch this. She gonna watch this lady get mad at y'all. Stop talking about her like that.
She gonna hear. She gonna hear after they make the after they master mix it and it's published on Friday. They gonna. She was like they was talking about me. But hey,
I wasn't talking about nobody.
I asked the question. The whole face was leaned in on like.
Hey, it was like this.
This will not be edited out.
You never know. We ain't winning no more. It'll strike it happen at any time.
Ain't nobody exempt from the smoke. Nobody's exempt.
Nobody.
Oh my gosh! All right, we'll step back on the subject. So what
we talking about? Canelo.
You know what? You know what? You know how Canelo knocked that dude out?
Oh shit!
That's what happened to Vanessa Screen.
Man, y'all gonna get enough talking about it. Y'all need Jesus.
Y'all
know she in New Orleans. She gonna have all them roots and shit. Y'all better be nice to her. Hey, Nessa, I was protecting you. I was protecting you.
I don't know what y'all were saying, so
I was protecting you.
Until I go back and listen to it.
So your screen you're here later. AC said, man, did Nessa have a stroke?
AC gonna wake up, have his head gonna be just shaved off.
Hey,
Nessa gonna make a voodoo doll and start fucking with y'all. Like leave that, leave alone.
Oh,
I believe voodoo work.
See?
Can we
I was nice. I
next week episode.
I was protecting you. I was nice.
All right, check it out. So Canelo had a TKO in the third round because I think the guy's name was Avni Yildirim or something like that.
That don't even sound like a winner.
That's his name. That's his name, bro. His corner. I actually watched the fight. His corner threw the towel in. His coach was there telling him if he didn't start fighting, he was gonna throw the towel in the next round.
Told him that before he got to the ring.
Hey,
wait a minute. He told him this at the fight. What happened to all the training sessions they had?
At the end of the third round, the dude was sitting there and his coach was was fussing at him, and he was like, "If you don't start fighting, I'm gonna throw in the towel." And next thing I know, they cut over to Canelo. And then they cut back, and it's like, "Oh, he done." And I'm like, I said, I thought you said one more round.
Maybe he took the towel from the coach and threw it in.
I'm done.
From what I heard before they walked out to the fight, they watched that scene in Rocky IV when Drago was beating the shit out of Apollo, and so they didn't want a repeat of what happened. So
damn, was it that bad?
Man.
He was beating this.
Hey, them two right hands in the second round. No, it was a jab and a straight right hand.
It knocked him down, dog. He was done after that.
I'm gonna have to go watch these highlights.
It was a perfect jab power punch. It's a perfect jab power punch combination.
So basically, he made him reevaluate his entire decision to sign on to this fight.
He reevaluated his entire life.
He's said I'm going back to the fire department.
Not that. Shout out to all the fire departments in the world. Not that the fire department is a bad job, but if you're not a boxer, you're not a boxer.
Shout out to Lone Star 911.
Hey, somebody should have told that shit to Nate Robinson that you just can't pick up boxing gloves. I'm sorry,
oh my God.
He know now. He know now.
So
I thought that motherfucker was dead.
Nate got knocked out, so everybody else learned the lesson.
That's hey, you know what? Nate got knocked out for dunking on all them folks being 5'1". That's what he get. Little motherfucker.
You see, ain't nobody come to his defense. You seen that, right?
You saw he was laying.
How can you defend that? How can you defend that? You can't. You can't defend that.
Hey man, I got a crossover. I bet I can hit you with these boxing gloves. Go to sleep, bitch. That's exactly what it was. That's exactly what it was. I'm sorry. No, no.
Hold on, wait a minute.
You know, hey, y'all remember that?
I can't remember though.
That
Didn't
video?
they get knocked out? Didn't they get knocked out the same day they declared Joe Biden the winner? Or am I getting my days wrong?
your days is wrong.
Your dates is wrong.
I'm saying that because whatever it was, I was like, hey, bro. Like I said, you can't be and lose this weekend, whatever it was. Like, you picked the wrong weekend to be black and get knocked out. Like, what are you doing, cuz?
He didn't just get knocked out. He got some good beauty sleep. That's what he got. That wasn't just a knockout. That motherfucker dreamed. He was dreaming about his youth. His whole
Snoop singing gospel hymns to him, man. That was just bad.
He was thinking about his first year in the NBA. That's what he wanted.
That wasn't Snoop singing gospel hymns. That was AC. Talking about way in the water.
First of all, don't take my Christian hymns that I was singing earlier and try to use it to no, that's blasphemy. I claimed that one already. Get another one.
I'm about to turn off my computer.
Shout out
man.
to
You better bust out. You better bust out with some.
Adrian, you better be right because it was November 28th, and something.
No,
we were still
He
counting.
wasn't supposed to be black. He wasn't supposed to be black that weekend and lose. Whatever happened that week, I was like, bro, you can't be black and take an L this weekend. Cause
maybe he was trying to use the power of his ancestors. That didn't work. He didn't take that heart-shaped herb. He took the wrong thing. He took his mama heart medicine. He took his mama heart medicine.
He took the Flintstone vitamins.
It wasn't the chewables. He didn't take the chewables. He had them rock hard ones that you had to let dissolve before you get into
them damn gummies. Don't do it.
Hey, that's how I survived Corona, man. Them hard ass Flintstone vitamins.
Whatever, you survived Corona by eating that welfare cheese. Don't lie. Yeah, all of us did.
That's right.
And drink it out the water hose.
Got me right.
I never had welfare cheese, but the water hose might be something.
Shit.
Man,
I went over my friends' house. I didn't have it at my house, but my friends did. I wasn't hating on none of them, man. Let's make something. What's up?
Man, them the best grilled cheese.
I wouldn't eat that shit.
Hey.
I'm sorry, next subject.
That's why I got diabetes now.
Let's bring it back to Canelo real quick. So so he's 55-1, 37 KOs now, and he's supposed to fight what's the guy's name?
Let him fight Mayweather.
Well, he already fought Mayweather once and lost back in back in 2013. That's his only loss.
A long time ago, yeah.
He wasn't ready for that fight.
He wasn't
ready for that.
But he's gonna fight.
That's what Mayweather does, though. That's what he does.
That was my point earlier. Fight him now.
So he's gonna fight Billy Joe Saunders. He's gonna fight Billy Joe Saunders May 8th.
Joe? You said Billy Joe?
You know what?
Isn't that a country western
But
thing?
no, the reason for that is because he has that contract with Danzig, so he has to fight all the Danzig fighters first before he can go fight anybody else.
Is that supposed to be a good fight?
It is. The other dude has the only other middleweight belt that I think Canelo doesn't have.
So this is a unification.
Billy Joe with a belt.
Yeah, Billy Joe got like a his name is Billy Joe.
And he probably got a cousin sister. I'm sorry.
I forgot what belt Billy Joe got. What belt Billy Joe got?
Billy Joe Tolliver used to play some football.
He did.
Billy Joe Tolliver.
Can we get back to boxing? TJ, don't let him interrupt you, man. Use that red bone strength. Come on, man.
I'm trying to remember what belt Billy Joe got. I don't remember.
It's like 50 million belts out there right now.
I bet it's a big, gigantic rodeo belt buckle. That's the kind of belt he walks into the ring with. When them big ones that stick up to from your chest to your kneecaps.
Well, I guess the main thing that I want to know.
Oh shit, AC done froze. He done had his stroke.
What is that?
Hey, he's like an old ass chia pet. Look at him.
No, he looks like that uncle that's sitting in the window waiting for you to walk up the driveway. Hey, come get your uncle a hug.
What up, nephew? You got $5.
Hey,
he back. Hey, AC, man, they was talking about you. I had your back. I had your back, though.
I had it coming.
It's Billy Joe. It's Billy Joe Saunders. Billy Joe Saunders. That's his name.
Yeah, that's his name. I already said that.
He has a WBO super middleweight title.
Okay, so that's the one belt that Canelo's. So the crazy thing is Canelo's putting all his belts up for that one belt. So whoever wins it is going to be like the unified champ, I guess. So that's going to be May 8th again.
All right, so what's next? Well, I mean, to me,
wait, I got a question about this, about the boxing people. In y'all opinion, is this going to be a good fight, or is this going to be a cakewalk for Canelo?
Cakewalk.
Y'all think Canelo?
That's all I want to know.
So define cakewalk though. Define cakewalk. Like, you think he's going to walk?
Like, if it go 12 rounds, 8-4.
Like, do you see him knocking him out before 5? Do you see him knocking out before 5?
No, maybe 7.
No,
if it's gonna be a knockout, it's only 7 or 8.
Yeah, Canelo's the type of puncher that, besides this fight that just happened, but I mean, to me, he has very good punching power. If you are elusive, then he'll get you around the later rounds when he wears on you. But yeah, it's gonna be a cakewalk fight.
Yeah, he doesn't like his knockout. He's got 37 knockouts, but I want to say this fight he just had was like his second earliest knockout ever. And that was 3 rounds. And that was like 3 rounds.
That and I forget the kid from the Arab kid that got the weak chin. He knocked him out pretty early too, but I forget his name. But this.
Are you talking about Amir Khan?
Yeah, Amir Khan. Yeah,
that was back in 2016. But I don't know. I don't know
I don't really think Khan got a weak chin. I just think Canelo was the stronger fighter at that time.
Man, look, man, you can, practically just come and hit him tap him on the shoulder, and Amir Khan will fall down. I mean,
that sounds like shit. Maybe I need to fight him. I need some easy money.
Here's my question: is what's next, though? I mean, it seemed like within what I was hoping, what will happen is that I keep hearing Pacquiao, who I like, and I'm thinking. Pacquiao versus a Terrence Crawford. I thought that would have been good. Or
not no more.
Who did he say? Who did he say?
Somebody. Like 75 years old. Holy Pacquiao fight. Why you muted me, man?
First you put up that bullshit boxing list, then you say something that everybody don't like. So I mean.
Listen, Manny Pacquiao don't want no smoke from none of these young dudes, man. He don't want to see.
He know it.
He don't want to see Terrence Crawford. He don't want to see no Canelo. He don't want none of that, dog. No, he don't want none of that problems, man.
I put it like this: I want to be entertained, and I want to see a good fight. I want to see
entertained that bad.
You're not watching no Mayweather fight, then, right?
I mean, man, I can't stand Mayweather, man. I mean,
I would rather watch Tyson and Holyfield fight now.
Dude, that was
into that shit y'all talking about. I'm like, I'm sorry, I don't want to be entertained. I want to be entertained that bad. I got to watch Pacquiao fight anybody. I don't care about Pacquiao.
The thing about Pacquiao, at least he'll fight, right? He
will fight.
He will fight.
He will fight.
He's not gonna hug on you and start dancing.
I don't know why y'all be hating on Pacquiao, man. I really don't. But
I mean, he had his moment. I don't want to see him now.
What?
So I don't want to see him. He had his moment, man.
He had his moment.
He had his moment.
All right. I'll put it like this: if you look at the state of boxing, if you look at right now,
it's not the people
trash.
But what we need to see is Canelo Crawford or
Yeah, agreed.
Canelo.
I might tune in.
South Dallas. Canelo in South Dallas. I can't think of his name right now, so I'm gonna call him South Dallas because that's where he's from.
Man, so, look, I ain't enjoyed boxing since St. Ives sponsored that Tyson fight.
What'd you say, Vanessa?
I said, do these fights? I'm asking, do these fights happen like every Saturday? Because
they Danzig had.
So I know what y'all are talking about.
Danzig has fights every Saturday.
You ain't missing shit.
most of them ain't big name fights. Like they're not.
Well, I think I told y'all a couple of shows ago that for me growing up, the big fights were the heavyweights.
Yep,
they were. Yeah, for sure.
The people who fight now, and even my dad used to say that's why he didn't watch boxing no more, because he says they've created too many divisions. There's just too much shit. Basically,
there is too much. I agree. Too many belts. Too many divisions. Too many it's
not enough talent. Fuck that. I said it.
Yeah,
I said it.
That's probably also true.
That's why I saw, dude. I haven't really watched boxing since Lennox Lewis.
Well,
that's the last time I was really into boxing.
I mean, I'm with Tony on that one. If you think about it, I hate to say this, but the self-ownership promotion, has, good for the boxer, but it's killed the competition. Because now you get to sit there and cherry pick who you want to choose.
Yep.
You don't necessarily have to
blame AC Homeboy for that.
Like Mayweather.
You don't have to face a mandatory challenger that a boxing commission puts up. UFC, the UFC model I think is better as far as competition wise.
Yep. You that number one contender.
Shout out to my boy William Knight, who fighting UFC up and coming fighter.
But then why did the thing change? Why did somebody like Mayweather take over when you had you look at Bob Arum was ruining the sport.
Yeah, Don King, Bob Arum, all those dudes, they wasn't giving their boxers the money.
Don King ruined the sport. Don King ruined that sport.
Don King ruined everything. Don King
he ruined boxing.
He ruined it.
He did.
He ruined it.
I'm not gonna say Don King ruined. I'm not
yes, he did. He only had his fighters facing each other. That's all he did.
But they were exciting fights. So there was some classic Don King.
But also
Tyson was knocking everybody out. But Riddick Bowe, what
Mike Tyson, he handpicked everybody for Tyson. He was getting past their prime fighters and motherfuckers he knew he could knock out.
Yeah, I mean,
you see what happened. You see what happened when he fought Holyfield. He couldn't knock Holyfield ass out.
Man, all right.
You see what happened twice. He had to fight him twice and then knock him out once.
But I mean, arguably, Mike Tyson was not in his prime whenever he finally faced Holyfield.
It doesn't matter. How many times Holyfield been knocked out?
I mean, he's
none.
Yeah, he's never been knocked out. He lost on the TKO.
Disappeared again.
He lost to Lewis, I think. Didn't he lose to Lewis?
Who, Holyfield?
Yeah.
No, they didn't fight.
Michael Moore. Then Michael Moore.
Yeah. Michael Moore. Yeah.
Then Michael Moore that he got TKO.
And then George Foreman did that to Michael Moore and put him to sleep. Tell me you don't remember that fight. Tell me you don't remember that fight.
That like 55 years old.
Tell me y'all don't remember that fight. Michael Moore came in there. He was 5'3". George Foreman looked at him and said, "Give me," and he took the belt. Tell me I'm wrong.
I swear that punch moved in 2 miles an hour and still landed.
It was like a titan fighting an ant. That's all that was. It was like, boom. I ain't never seen nobody knock somebody out with a hammer fist ever.
Michael Moore was a light skinned Buster Douglas. Argue with your mom.
All right, what's that, man?
Speaking of Buster Douglas, y'all know he flunked out.
Oh no,
Buster Douglas flunked out of Marine Corps boot camp, right? He didn't even make it past receiving.
Yeah, that's right. So All-Star Weekend is coming up. So the main thing is that again, what we're looking at now is what's best for business as far as the All-Star game. To be honest with you, maybe because of the pandemic and the atrocious ice storm that we've had here, the snowstorm, I'm just not really looking forward to the All-Star game.
Well, let's start off by everybody. Like, there's always snubs, right, in the All-Star game. How about we all mention one person we think got snubbed? Let's start with that. And I'll start. I think Devin Booker ended up getting in because I think Anthony Davis, his injury, so he got in. So I'm not including him in this. So If there was one guy I think should have got in, I'm gonna go with Domantas Sabonis.
Yeah,
that's my pick. That's my pick.
I'm saying Bam.
Yeah, that's who I was gonna say. Bam.
Bam. That's my dude right there. Bam.
I have to agree with that.
That's to me. That's the biggest out of all of them.
Well, y'all know. I'm just gonna throw this out there. Y'all know Domantas Sabonis' numbers are better than his.
That's fine.
I mean, I agree with Sabonis too. I'm not saying that.
Oh wow, Jimmy Butler didn't make it either.
And then he has
Jimmy stepped out. Jimmy said he wasn't going.
And then Sabonis has Indiana playing well to have a team full of nobodies.
As far as I don't have a snub, I have a guy who I think that should be starting. And I think that, to me, I think Zion should be starting. That's just, I don't know if you call that a snub or whatever. I mean, if you look at his numbers and what he's been doing, man, I mean, Zion he's playing very, very good ball right now. He is. I mean,
let me say this though. I just want to make an announcement that I don't like Zion, so anything I say is going to be I don't like it.
Are you mad because he? Probably because he dunked on his team.
I just don't like his black ass, and I probably shouldn't make it black.
It's the name. It's his name. That's all it is.
Dude,
you don't like Zion.
You don't like Zion. You mad because he who feelings did he hurt in your family?
Right.
No,
I do not like Zion. He hasn't been in the league
honestly.
Did he date somebody in your family?
Who did he put on a poster in your family?
Did he steal your car before he went to college?
No.
Did he break into your house and beat your dog or something? Man, this is some animosity.
Black ass. Look, man, I ain't got no legitimate reason that y'all would
man, come on.
But I told you, I told y'all, I said I just want to make a caveat that I don't like. I just don't. Honestly, here's my point. The hype train. He was overhyped, dude.
He was not overhyped.
No,
AC,
man.
how was he overhyped?
No, he was not.
He was not overhyped.
Nah, bro.
That is one player that has not been overhyped his whole entire life.
I was worried about him going to New Orleans because I figured he was just gonna get fat.
I mean, look,
he did get fat.
He did.
Look, man. I mean, he
is
is.
Okay, but he can bang. Who gonna bang? Who gonna take a charge? Who gonna take a charge from Zion? You gonna take a charge from Zion?
I'll trip his ass up.
Who gonna take a charge from him?
You gonna pay me too. but I told you, hey, to my own point, I told y'all I just don't like it. I don't like that dude.
I mean,
it's just me.
But why?
You're a hater.
I'm not gonna defend my position. I don't like it.
Boards.
People know.
I'm on the record.
People know I don't like Tiger because he did the shit that he did. But you just can't.
I get that, but
you just can't come out and say I don't like the black motherfucker.
I don't like LeBron. I don't know that I have a legitimate reason for not liking LeBron, but I
got many reasons to not like LeBron.
I don't know. Now that I've watched him play, I can't really say that it's play related. It's just certain shit about him that I've never liked. And then when he came to the Lakers, like now I gotta tolerate that.
Team hopping.
If
those are legit reasons, I'm good then. Because when I stopped liking him, when I really realized like I don't like this dude, was that damn show. I was in the desert. That damn I'm taking my talents to Miami thing that they aired on TV.
I get that.
That was my moment.
Why can't I not like?
We want to know why.
Yeah,
because LeBron has given us many reasons not to like him. Dude, Zion is
Did you see Zion's knees? Were they ashy or something? You didn't like that?
Wait a minute. Do you not like how he smiles? Does he show too many teeth when he smiles? What's going on?
Is it, man? I mean, shorts are too high.
Man, we can't take AC serious right now. We gonna jump to the dunk contest because we can't take AC serious right now.
I hate all of them.
My bad. I'm confused.
So the dunk contest.
It's gonna be
Zion is a maybe. They haven't released the roster yet, but Zion is a maybe. You got You got Anthony Simmons, Cassius Stanley, and Obi Toppin, which I know Obi can jump.
So
don't y'all miss the days when the best dunkers in the league would always join the dunk contest?
Yes.
Don't we miss them days?
And Zach LaVine is starting. He's starting, man. I would think that, you know, in a year like, you know, back in the past, he would be in the dunk contest.
Well, so you put the dunk contest at halftime.
The dunk contest is at halftime.
The dunk contest is at halftime, like the people with them damn plates on the stick. It's a damn halftime entertainment. Yeah. And then you got a Negro named Obi in the slam dunk contest. Why should I tune in?
Obi got get jumped though.
He said my man with the plates.
So I'm gonna say this. I don't know. They're saying Zion, the 4th spot is open. Zion might end up doing it. But you know, with the 3 names that I have seen that I know are in it, I mean, I'm not gonna front. I don't know who Cassius Stanley is. I ain't even gonna lie. I know he play. I don't know
none of them.
I know he played for Indiana. I know Anthony Simmons plays for Portland.
Right.
I've actually seen Anthony Simmons and Obi Toppin before. Toppin plays for the Knicks. But I don't know who Cassius Stanley is. Matter of fact, I got the daggone Indiana Pacers game on right now, and I still don't know who he is. And I'm not even joking. I'm legit watching the Pacers versus 76ers game right now, and I don't know who this dude is.
I'd rather they take away the dunk contest and bring out them N1 All-Stars and let them go against the Globetrotters. Let me watch something like that.
Yeah, so
that's more entertaining.
Since y'all don't, I mean, I'm gonna pick Obi Toppin to win it out of the names that I've seen. Now, if Zion enters the contest, then Zion's gonna win the contest. But
why? What does he do besides power dunks? What the fuck?
What else is there to do in the dunk contest? You could go through the legs and power dunk the ball.
I need some shit that I ain't been seeing for 20 years.
The White House that year with the little small cape on and shit. Like, you 9'10". What are you really gonna do out here? On the
Zion ain't that tall. Zion is 6. What is Zion? 6'7"?
6'6", 6'7", something like that.
So what?
Zion be out there dunking like James Worthy. Man, everybody trying to see
that. AC, you a hater, bro.
You better get up here.
Hater, bro.
In straight hater mode today.
You a hater, bro.
I need somebody that'll bounce the ball off one of the cheerleaders' forehead, make it hit somebody glass in the 3rd row, come over the top, hit a cartwheel, and catch it like that. I need something serious. Don't come out nothing. Come on.
All right. So listen.
The top part of the car, not the hood. Give me over the car.
The 3-point contest has like some bigger names in it, so
it's just
Spider
and Dame Dollar.
Yeah, that's the 2 names that are confirmed so far. However, the other names that have floated around are Steph, Zach LaVine, Buddy Hield, and Jason Tatum. So the 3-point contest got the bigger names in it, but like I said, Dame Lillard and Donovan Mitchell are the only 2 confirmed ones.
Jason Tatum's in this?
Possibly. No. So Steph, Zach LaVine, Buddy Hield, and Jason Tatum are not confirmed names. The only 2 confirmed are Damian Lillard and Donovan Mitchell. So again,
I would love to see Damian get that.
You know what I always wanted with the 3-point contest? I wanted them to get a fan, have like the playoffs around, and have just a fan enter the 3-point contest against these All-Stars. I do that. I'd love to see that. Cause I'm telling you now, in my heyday, I might have had a chance.
I got a chance right now.
That's all I can do. I can't dunk, but I can shoot a 3.
See how trash this All-Star game is. We don't even have nobody but Dame Dollar and one more dude confirmed.
Hey, if Dame Dollar raps the entire time while he's shooting, I'm good with that. You got to have him mic'd up. He got to be mic'd up though.
So if y'all think that's bad, the skills challenge is
Robert
even worse.
Covington.
Robert Covington.
Who?
Didn't he write a book?
Nah, he was an extra Lord. He was an extra Lord of the Rings. I remember him now. Hell yeah.
When he get that Franklin Covey dude or something.
He's a small forward.
For who?
For who?
The Portland Trail Blazers.
Washington Generals? Who he play for?
Susie School of Underwater Basket Weaving. Is he the starting forward for them?
Man,
who is this guy? I'm sorry.
Plays for the Trailblazer. He plays for the
Hey, man, y'all are true right now. Right now, y'all make me hate the NBA. I promise you that.
Well, no, I mean, basketball is basketball. You know, if it's good basketball, it's good basketball. We don't have to have big names to have good basketball.
Robert
Covington. You do in the All-Star weekend, you don't have All-Stars? That's the key word, All-Star. Obi-Wan Kenobi. So it's literally called All-Star Weekend, but you got no All-Stars.
The only other name I've seen that might participate in the skills challenge other than Robert Covington is Jason Tatum. But I haven't seen.
Well, the problem with that is
Aaron, you can mute me, cuz, on this one. You can go ahead and put me out. Bring me back on the next topic. Take me out.
No, because I'm gonna agree with you. Jason Tatum bet not play, bet not do not one dang old skill challenge.
Hey man, why don't we bring back some Hall of Famers and have them do the skills challenge? That'd be more entertaining than this.
Right, exactly.
Like give me John Stockton out there on the court and see. Let me see what he can do at 75. Let me see what he can do.
Of past challenges over this.
Well, I mean, so as far as the game goes, though, I guess LeBron and KD are going to pick their teams on Wednesday, I guess.
Oh, okay. So he actually going to do something for a change.
They're going to pick teams. I mean, KD ain't even playing in the All-Star game, but he's going to still pick his team, I guess.
What's the point of that?
You know what they need to do? They need to go.
During this.
You know what's more entertaining? You go to Dave & Buster's, and you know that little super shot you got with the little mini basketballs? They can have a contest in that. What's up? I'll challenge anybody.
If KD didn't weigh 180 pounds, he'd be playing right now.
That might be true.
Yeah.
That is very true.
To be 7'7", you can't be 180 pounds.
If Kristaps Porzingis put a little bit more weight on him, he'd be an all-star every year.
Yo, man, it's like I mean, like pound per height percentage, man. I think Manute Bol probably.
Wait a minute, I got a question. No, who win in the fight, Manute Bol or Sean Bradley?
Manute Bol, you're not gonna touch him.
Bradley lost.
You're not gonna touch him.
Bradley lost against T-Mac, so we know what's gonna happen there.
But that's T-Mac. T-Mac got hands. We talking
8 foot on.
We talking about a straw and a stick. Who wins? Look, Sean Bradley in their prime. Sean Bradley going for a dunk. Manute pushes him. They get into a fight. Who wins?
Sean Bradley was in. Like he was in. What was the movie?
Space Jam. Space Jam.
Who?
Yeah. Sean Bradley. He was in Space Jam.
Was he a monster?
That was a highlight of his career.
I'm sorry. No.
Yeah, he had more points in Space Jam.
He was a monster in Space Jam. He was in Space Jam.
Well, there you go. That's why.
Manute Bol taking the title in that fight because you never gonna touch it. He got 8 foot on. He gonna just.
So did Sean Bradley. So did Sean Bradley. Most of the motherfucker was 75 pounds soaking wet with 2 cheeseburgers in their belly.
I'm sorry. It's like that death by 1,000 cuts or something. Manute Bol of toothpick ass just gonna stick you to death. You gonna bleed slow.
The motherfucker ain't got. Neither one of them got that much of blood in them. Shit, you cut one of them, they both might pass out.
Man, that dude hit you with the elbow, man. You're done. It's like one of those Mortal Kombat fatalities, man. Go through your rib cage and all that.
Like that dude used to be on Street Fighter.
Dawson.
Hey, Sean Bradley stand there. This all you see.
Yo,
hey.
All right, stop it. Back on topic.
Well, that tells you how bad. I mean.
Yeah, you're right.
You're right. It is what it is. We can't do nothing about the All-Star weekend.
I don't understand how bad it is, but I mean, we talking
about
Sean Bradley, man. It's
you polite, CK. It's awful. It's a
awful.
Negro.
Anytime a topic on Sean Bradley is better than NBA All-Star Weekend, something need to change.
This is also true. Again,
y'all remember that motherfucker used to run like a duck?
Hey, he ran like Napoleon Dynamite.
All right.
It looked like when he got hit. Would look like Napoleon Dynamite when he got hit with that football.
Yes.
Why dunked on him.
Why does Robert Covington sound like he sell used cars? That's all I'm saying, bro.
Shout out to the Portland Trailblazers.
Yo, y'all got
the AC. Shout out to the Portland Trailblazers.
Hey man, stop. Y'all get back on topic. Stop being foolish.
Go to our website hdm.net.
You need to write this down.
hdm.net. Man, y'all got my head hurting, man. I've been laughing.
Hashtag Sean Bradley rules.
Reach out to on Facebook. If you got any suggestions, please email us at the podcastgroupllc.com. Again, this is Harold. This is
Senior Scratcher Steve. Senior Scratcher Steve.
I'm still thinking about Sean Bradley doing that run, man. He looked like a praying mantis.
Hey, besides him and Newt Bowl, the only two people I know got hung on the rim without even jumping. Just boom, oh shit.
Luka shoot them 3-pointers though.
Shit, he halfway to the rim when he reaches his arm up.
Hey, however you get it done, brother. However you get it done.
How you in the stands and can reach the goal? That's just ridiculous.
All right, before
I'm just mad. I'm short. That's all it is. I'm just mad.
Before we go, I want to put something on everybody's mind.
All right.
About what's best for business. And what I mean by what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna name off a couple names here. So we got Drew Brees, Tom Brady, Serena Williams, LeBron James, Carmelo Anthony. We even gonna say Paul Millsap, Ichiro Suzuki, or however the hell you say his name.
That's how you say it.
Although I like Ichiro, so I'm sorry for butchering your name, Ichiro. Albert Pujols and CC Sabathia. So what I mean by what's best for business is has it come to a point where these athletes have stayed too long, and the reason that other athletes aren't getting any shine is because of basically All-Star Weekend being a popularity contest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I'm kind of conflicted because to me, if you want to carry on and you want to spotlight the new players, then you got to give them their shot. But at the same time, it got to be earned. So if you're still on top, you're still on top.
I agree.
But it's not like WWE. Whenever you have to give your newer stars a chance to shine. But the thing is that like right now, I feel that the NBA has been for a minute in this kind of a transition period. It was Jordan, and then after Jordan, it was like, well, who's going to be the next Jordan? It was Kendall Gill, if you remember, Grant Hill,
Harold Miner,
and we kept looking, and then LeBron came. LeBron came, and it was Kobe, but no one was calling Kobe the next Jordan. Kobe was Kobe. That's the reason. Kobe was straight Kobe, but now you have LeBron, and it's like now. It's like, man, who the hell are these other guys? I know them, but I don't know them. And the thing is, it's just like,
but that's my point. Is it that we don't know them because all we hear is LeBron, all we hear is Melo? You know what I'm saying? So all we hear is Chris Paul. Or if you go to the NFL, all you hear is Tom Brady, which I'm not saying Tom Brady is the GOAT, but I'm just saying all we hear is Tom Brady. I
don't think the NFL has that problem, though. I don't think the NFL
does.
Yes, it
does. If you're not on a winning team, it don't matter what your stats are if you're not on a winning team.
I don't think the NFL has that problem with
Ben Roethlisberger and Judy Goat.
The three major sports in the United States have that problem.
Back to that rapist. He ain't gonna do it.
Huh?
You heard me.
I did not.
She said, "Don't put her quarterback with that
rapist."
I'm putting them in there. They both need to go.
First of all, saying
no, because Drew don't take up spots. There was 2 or 3 years in a row when he didn't get voted into the Pro Bowl game, and the only reason he ended up going was because somebody else dropped out. He was named as a runner-up. It was either somebody playoff people.
Nobody cares about the Pro Bowl.
But that's what we talking about, isn't it?
Well, no, we're just we
talking to general.
We're saying as a whole. I'm saying as a whole.
Overall.
I agree with Harold. I don't think the NFL has that problem either, because once people start declining, we've been talking about, I know Saints verse, we've been talking about Drew's decline for the last 3 years.
And he's still there.
And he's still making Pro Bowl.
Yeah, but I mean,
he's not making the Pro Bowl though. That's what I'm saying. He's been named as a runner-up. I think the last 4 or 5 years in a row, he wasn't named as a starter. It was because other people dropped out. Or
you don't have to be the starter to make a Pro Bowl.
You know what?
Yeah, but I think
the NFL is not as bad as the NBA.
Nowhere. It's not as bad.
Out of all three of the major sports, the NFL probably has the problem the least, with Major League Baseball coming in second, and the NBA
I'd agree with that.
first and having this problem.
I'd agree with that.
I think with baseball, they have a different problem than stars. I mean, they have a lot of skill and everything else. The season's too long, the game itself lasts too long. So that's kind of the things that happen. With the NFL, you have a lot of tremendous amount of skill with the NFL that's on display each and every Sunday. In the NBA, I don't know. It just seems like the guys are just there collecting a paycheck. It seems like, I don't see the passion from these guys to win a trophy. There go that word passion again.
Mute that man.
I thought Kyrie have passion.
I mean, yeah, I think Kyrie has passion, but I mean, again, besides him, LeBron, LeBron wants it for his ego. LeBron wants it because he wants to be known as the GOAT. And so that's the reason why he's chasing MJ. He makes no secret about it. He's chasing MJ. But what about the next crop of players? If LeBron was to retire today, would the game be better off? Or would we say, hey, we got these new players that are fine?
Did the game get better? Did the game diminish when Jordan retired?
I think so.
Because you had Shaq and Kobe.
Well, okay, after Shaq and Kobe, I would say that.
Kobe retired to me is when everything
right.
After he started getting
I don't think I don't know. I know. I'm. Of course, we all know that every dude on the NBA roster is better than the average Joe. Everybody knows that. But
Sean Bradley.
But what I will say though is, I feel like
you know what I mean.
I feel like I feel like those guys at the end of the bench are a lot worse today than they maybe used to be. I mean, I don't know why, but I know people say, "Oh, the athletes today are more gifted, more talented, more all that." But I don't know if I buy that. I mean, I don't know.
They're more athletically talented.
Listen, bro. We about to watch Cassius Stanley in the dunk contest. Who is that?
You prove that point.
Yo, I would that look like Billy Hoyle from White Man Can't Jump.
First of all, you about to watch Cassius Stanley. I'm probably gonna turn on Netflix.
Yeah, maybe
HBO.
Understand what I'm saying though. So the reason,
HBO Plus
is the reason we don't know. Is the reason we don't know Cassius Stanley. Why? Well, let me ask this. Why do we not know who he is?
Probably because he's not that good. I'm just gonna be honest. If he was that good,
he would focus on the stars. The NBA focus on the faces of the franchise. The NBA is LeBron's domain now. You know what I mean? And once he did and go,
okay then. But that's my point. So when LeBron leaves, what is the NBA?
I won't know. I won't be watching.
What is the NBA? What is the NBA when LeBron leaves? That's my point. It's like
give it to the next crop.
It's all right, but you can't give it to the next crop because we don't know who the next crop is. At least when Jordan was getting ready to retire, we knew who the next crop was because Jordan let people have their shine.
But it goes back. It goes back to the earlier conversation though.
Like AI, don't forget about
AAU in the college. They're not bringing up talented players.
They're not. They bring up athletes. That's all they do.
Kobe was a prophet when he said this, and he said that the AAU is destroying the game from the bottom up because now these kids, if you look at it, I seen this graphic the other day, and they were talking about, and I forget the game it was. It wasn't Milwaukee Clippers. It was some other game that had 3 seconds left. Team was down by 1. They went for the 3.
That was Denver. That was
Denver game. Yeah, that was terrible.
I was like, what is going on here?
And 3 people were wide open. Three people were wide open.
Like,
but they were all at 3-point line.
What is happening? That's why the international game, and I'm willing to bet, and I hope the Olympics happens this year. But one of the things I think that you're going to see is that the international game, if we don't get our shit together, the international game is going to surpass us. Just like, whenever they had Dream Team 2 and 3 out there, and we got our asses blasted by the international players. And I'm willing to bet you're going to start to see that. It's going to be countries like Iran that's hanging with us after a while.
They playing like fundamental ball. They started saying that when your boy Ginobili them was playing. When Ginobili them first came to the league, they were like, it's really a movement going on with the European ball. That was then. Don Nelson them was commenting on that then. Now look who you got. Look how many international players you got getting drafted now. It has arrived, and these American-made AAU boys, they still getting by with they I ain't gonna say skills. You getting by with your and one action, and these international cats playing fundamental ball.
You can jump higher than the next guy.
Jump high.
And one of the top players got his better part of his training internationally. The Greek Freak. Which, by the way, if you would have seen that dunk he made in the other game, that was just fire. But I mean,
last night.
Speaking of, let's CJ talk. Let's CJ talk.
Go ahead, CJ.
It's two things. Cassius Stanley. Let me tell you why we don't know him. Because he's played 8 games. He gets 2 minutes. He averages 1 point and a half a rebound. That's why we don't know who Cassius Stanley is.
Okay. And he's in the All-Star weekend.
Well, I can't argue that. I can't argue that.
And speaking of AAU, so my daughter plays AAU basketball. What I think about AAU is that I feel like it's AAU in general now. I think it's a little watered down because I remember when I was growing up, there wasn't a ton of AAU teams in South Carolina, but just in Northern Virginia, where I live, not even the whole state of Virginia, just in Northern Virginia, there's like 10 or 15 AAU basketball organizations.
It's a business now.
And that's exactly. It's all about the dollars, right? Like, back in the day, AAU teams, when you saw AAU teams playing, everybody was good. Player 1 through 13, they could all play, right? They could all play. But I feel like in today's AAU, it's a money thing. And, maybe the starting 5 is pretty good, but the rest of the team
just happy to be there.
Happy to be there.
I'm gonna just say one thing about this, and because basketball is shit now. Yeah, we can agree that the AAU is the basis of the NBA, right?
Right.
Yep.
It's the basis of the problem.
What's the quickest way to knock over a tree? How do you kill a tree? Take out the roots.
Right.
Yep.
What do you think the AAU is doing?
Taking out the roots.
And now that tree gonna crumble. You can chop the tree down; it'll grow back. It might take a while, but if you take out them roots, that tree ain't coming back. And it all starts at the base.
If the NBA wasn't so worried about trying to expand internationally and trying to get that China money in other places, and would work on actually reinventing the game right here, doing something about the NCAA stuff, doing something about the AAU, you gotta get a foundation in place. And right now, the NBA is trying to cash out, and they're giving us shit for entertainment. I don't watch it till the playoffs come. You know what I mean? Just to be honest with you, I watch a few games here and now, and I was a Lakers fan since the '80s with the Magic them and stuff. I really don't want to watch these boys play right now because everybody flopping. James Harden out there being him.
I only watch honestly. I watch the highlights. I don't even watch basketball. I watch the highlights. I watch the highlights. Oh, they won. Okay.
The player who I like right now is, the Greek Freak I like because he wants to win. He's passionate about the game. Yeah. I mean,
What's your favorite drink? Passion fruit? Because you like saying that word.
That's your favorite
word. Passion?
Actually, man, I gotta lose weight, so my favorite drink is water right now. I'm almost at 250, man. I got.
Oh, but you know what? Since you said that, let me let the world know I am a believer in the Bowflex. I have been on this hoe for a week, and I am down 10
Shout out to the Bowflex people.
Hey, you know what? If y'all need somebody to try one out, I'll do it. I don't know.
Well, Bowflex not a sponsor yet, so hey. But Bowflex, if you're listening, hey, look, we'll gladly sponsor you. Hey, so
no, sponsor us. We ain't sponsoring them.
Sponsor us.
Cut the check. Cut the check.
You better rub some lotion on your forehead. You starting not to think right.
I'm hungry.
With that being said,
hey, what happened to the dog?
That is our show for today, everybody.
That's a horror movie right there. That's a horror movie.
Find us on Facebook and Instagram,
Twitter,
all that.
Michael Sam still didn't deserve it. God damn it! I said it. Y'all forgot.